Hi, and thanks to Kathleen Wayland of Wayland Financial at 128 Buckland in LaSalle for sponsoring Tom's Take. The crown jewel of the Illinois State Park System, Starved Rock, is about to get some polish. At a press conference held near the Visitor Center on November 14th, Illinois officials announced $18 million in improvements to trails and canyons, and this is part of a $37 million effort that's going to make significant upgrades to park infrastructure. The work is going to start this winter and continue through 2026. Starved Rock is Illinois' most visited state park. In 2024, the park hosted nearly 2.5 million visitors. All that traffic's done some damage to bridges, stairways, and retaining walls. Some of the work that's planned: improvements to popular spots like Tonti, LaSalle, and Pontiac Canyons. Also upgrades to trails. Officials said the renovations will allow currently closed areas to be reopened to visitors while enhancing safety and deterring erosion. Hey, Todd Stroll of the Illinois Department of Natural Resources. Tell us about that $37 million.
Part of that $37 million will be used to construct a much-needed sanitary wastewater treatment system, upgrade the park's water filtration system, and replace vault toilets. That's kind of like the foundation of your house. It's not all that glamorous, but it's really important. What's maybe a little more noticeable is $18 million of that funding has been reserved specifically for trail upgrades. Starved Rock is the most visited park in our system. In 2024, it attracted 2.4 million visitors to LaSalle County, making it an economic driver for the region. As you might imagine, with that much foot traffic, a lot of deterioration can occur to the trails, to the paths, to the bridges, stairways, boardwalks, retaining walls, all those things that support the trail system. The last major trail system upgrade to this park was in the 1990s, and a lot of features have seen a lot of wear and tear since that time, causing the park staff to close some of those trails, which due to that led visitors to get off trail on occasion and put their own safety in jeopardy. Visitors may notice as soon as next month some of the early work starting with this trail system improvement. They'll be removing some of the trails to gain access to some of the working areas, and so some hiking activities may be temporarily disrupted. Most of the visible work will occur through 2026. You might be interested to know that we expect some of the materials to be delivered to the most remote areas of the park by barge on the river or by helicopter. The number one thing that we want people to know is that Starved Rock State Park and all the amenities will remain available throughout the entire project. The park, Starved Rock Lodge, the Visitor Center, the gift shop will remain open and ready to welcome visitors at all times, both to public and private events. Visitors might simply need to plan ahead and make sure that some of their plans are not impacted by the construction activity. With that, I would like to invite Leader Rezin to the microphone.
Good morning. What a beautiful day it is at Starved Rock, right? This is a great day. First, I'd like to also thank Director Finney Phelps, the IDNR, the Conservation Police, the Capitol Board, Governor Pritzker and his team for recognizing and prioritizing funding for Starved Rock. As the Deputy Director said, there's almost 3 million visitors to the area, and it's important to prioritize and fund this area so we can update the trails and also our water filtration. So we're excited. It is an exciting day to be here at Starved Rock, one of the most beautiful and beloved places on earth. My favorite. I'm so proud to represent Starved Rock in the 38th District. For generations, families have come here to hike, explore, and make memories together. And every year, more than, as we said, 2.5 million visitors think so as well and come and visit the park. Starved Rock is just not a state park. It is an economic engine for the area and for the state of Illinois. The visitors come here, support our local restaurants, our shops, our hotels, and small businesses, helping drive growth and opportunity throughout LaSalle County and beyond. That's why I've worked for many years with the IDNR to help secure funding for these much needed improvements. I spoke with Rep. Yudnak, who I've worked many years with, to try to secure funding for the area as well, and he was very excited to hear about this day. I know just how much of the national treasure Starved Rock truly is, and this investment represents a true commitment to a long-term safety, accessibility, and preservation of this incredible park. The upgrade to trails, to bridges, and to walkways will make it easier and safer for people of all ages to enjoy everything Starved Rock has to offer, while also helping protect its natural beauty for generations to come. Next, I'd like to introduce Abby Farrell from Starved Rock Lodge.
Good morning. On behalf of Starved Rock Lodge and Explore Us, we're proud to stand alongside our partners at the Illinois Department of Natural Resources as they announce this transformative $18 million trail improvement project. For nearly a century, Starved Rock Lodge has served as the heart of this park, welcoming millions of visitors each year to experience the beauty, history, and the adventure that make this place so special. We're thrilled to see this investment in the park's future, ensuring safer, more accessible trails and the continued preservation of the natural wonders that draw visitors from Illinois and beyond. We want to reassure our guests that Starved Rock Lodge, its hotel, restaurant, gift shop, and event spaces will remain fully open through the entirety of this project. We will continue to host weddings, conferences, family getaways, and seasonal events just as planned. We can encourage everyone to continue visiting, supporting local tourism, and checking trail conditions online before planning your visit. These improvements are an investment not just into the park, but into the long-term vitality of our entire region's tourism. Starved Rock Lodge has always been and will continue to be the place where memories are made, adventures begin, and Illinois' natural beauty is celebrated year-round. I'd like to introduce Kate Gilman, Heritage Corridor Destinations.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. We are so happy to be here and we're so excited to see these trail improvements. Starved Rock is a top destination in the Midwest, bringing over 2 million visitors annually to the trails. These trail improvements will help enhance the visitor experience. In 2024, visitors to LaSalle County spent $324 million, generating $30.9 million in state and local taxes. We are excited to see these numbers grow this coming year, and we do believe that these trail enhancements will assist that.
Yeah, with that, we'll just open it up for any questions. Yeah, it would just be markers that say this trail's unavailable at this time. That will also be indicated to the extent possible on the website in advance, so you can plan in advance, because you're right, you might want to park in a different location. But I think largely you'll be able to get around anywhere with minor detours around certain sections. Well, I think through the end of 2026, but Michael? Or? You're correct. Okay, yeah, pretty much all of 2026. As you know, there's a lot of steep terrain here, and there's two things associated with that. One is just erosion, so trails can erode if they're not maintained correctly. So we use boardwalks and retaining walls and surfaces to address erosion problems. But then also just the safety of visitors, because you can get to the edge of cliffs and stuff. So we want to guide them away, from those areas of danger. And so that's part of it. I mean, safety is a big part of this, actually. So we don't have people going off trail, just sort of randomly exploring. Yeah, that's a good question. He's asking if the number of visitors affects the biological quality or the natural quality. And the answer is not really if they're staying on trails. So, they're designed to avoid the most sensitive areas or stay away from them, or, through a very designated path. And so, no, that's not really been the problem as long as people are sticking to the trails. So there are some really high quality and sensitive areas here, though, and so that's an important feature. It's just deterioration, whether it's, boards that are rotting out, retaining walls that are starting to fail, making it unsafe to walk on. It's just those kind of issues, and they're not simple fixes, right? So they're closed, and so this project will allow those to be reopened.
Their message was pretty clear, but it's certainly worth saying again. Starved Rock State Park will remain open during the renovations. Thanks to Kathleen Wayland of Wayland Financial at 128 Buckland in LaSalle. I'll talk to you in the morning.